What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to this Forex forecast. We're going to be doing multi-time frame analysis on New Zealand dollar versus the Swiss franc. Now, before I get started, I want you guys to do the same thing like every other video, and that's just like this idea. Not only does it support us, but it also gives the opportunity for others to potentially see this idea as well. I say this all the time, there is enough money in the market for everyone, so there's absolutely no need to be greedy. So do us and everyone else a favor, like this idea, comment pairs that you want us to cover in future videos down below. And if you have conflicting ideas or other analysis pertaining to this particular pair, also comment that down below as well. So that being said, let's get straight into it. Like always, I did have this already marked up, so I'm just going to reveal some of these objects and kind of explain more or less what I was seeing. So I'll start with this horizontal array. Oops, throw that one up here. So, oops, wrong way. We can see here that this is the previous all-time low for this monthly time frame. As you can see, testing once, twice, three times, and then right here, trading just above it, but we're still respecting this area. And the reason why I marked this one out is because on, the reason I marked this one up is because we ended up seeing this lining up with structure. As you can see, this is the 50% fib, and it lines up with the trend line, and it ended up actually being an area of resistance. So we see this descending trend line on the weekly time frame once, twice, and it got respected third times, being treated as resistance this time, whereas previously it was noticeably support. So that tells us that this is a critical area. It's an area of interest. It's a potential area that would be a reversal area for us and a shorting area for us as well. So we have two things in confluence with this particular zone right here, which is the 58.74 zone. And as you can see, like I said, we've got the 58 fib, we have weekly structure, and then it's lining up with the trend line. So what's next? So based on that, we wanted to figure out what our potential entry and profit zone would be. So we wanted to move our take profit just at the 27 fib level of this previous leg, as you can see is right here. And, oops, sorry, we're going to be moving our stop loss just above the 61 zone. So as you can see, this is a 1 to 4.16 risk reward ratio. And the reason why we're interested in looking at this as a potential short is, like I mentioned, we do have confluence with this area right here, which is the 59.58 zone, because of this weekly structure aligning with this 50% fib of this weekly leg, in addition to lining up with this descending weekly trend line that got broken and is now being treated as resistance. So that being said, if we do end up going short on this, as in the entry conditions are satisfied prior to entering and executing this trade, we do want to make sure and monitor this area right here, that there's not too much resistance in it, price treating it ultimately as support, because of the fact that it was the all-time low on the monthly as well. So this is a potential area for it to kind of bounce off of here, or at least show some potential resistance from moving forward, acting as support. So if it does start showing signs of reversing, by here, hopefully you should be moving your trade to break even, so it wouldn't necessarily matter, but you can decide to close up the trade manually if it does end up showing signs of reversal, kind of taking some profits off of there if needed. But I would recommend you try to moving to trade to break even first, even and allow it to run its course, because if we move this back up here and we see what type of risk reward this is, sure, it's above a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, but it's not our minimum of 1-to-2, and it certainly isn't as lucrative as the 1-to-4. So keep that in mind. This is a potential area to show resistance and going through, acting as support. But Hopefully when it reaches here, you are already in a break even position anyways, so it wouldn't necessarily matter. Anyways, that's New Zealand dollar versus the Swiss franc. Once again, if you found this video helpful, somewhat educational, and you guys have been taking tips along the way, be sure to like this idea down below, and also comment your ideas or other pairs that you want us to cover in future videos down below as well. See you guys in the next one. Later.